In the rust-colored soils of sub-Saharan Africa, where the sun lingers long and shadows stretch thin, a peculiar tree stands in silent defiance of time. Wide at its base and tapering slowly upward, the baobab looks almost mythical, an old giant frozen mid-dance, with limbs like roots grasping the sky. Some call it the upside-down tree, a name both poetic and practical. But beyond its strange silhouette lies a story deeper than bark, a story rooted in resilience. Adansonia, the baobab's genus, is thought to be tens of millions of years old, older than the Sahara, older than the Great Rift's yawning scars. Fossil evidence suggests that baobabs may have originated in the supercontinent of Gondwana, their seeds dispersed slowly by water, wind, and time. Today they exist in 9 known species, 6 found in Madagascar, 1 in mainland Africa, 1 in Australia, and 1 that stretches across the Arabian Peninsula. But it is in Africa, especially the Sahel and southern savanna belts, where Adansonia digitata, the African baobab, has written itself most deeply into the landscape. Its adaptation is a study in survival. Baobabs grow in regions defined by extremes, long dry seasons punctuated by brief bursts of rain. To endure, the baobab does not resist. Instead, it listens. It adjusts. Its massive trunk, sometimes swelling to more than 10 meters in diameter, is not made of typical woody tissue. Rather, it's a fibrous, porous material capable of storing thousands of liters of water. Like a living cistern, the tree drinks in the rainy season and slowly releases moisture through the dry months, a subtle rhythm of expansion and contraction. The tree's bark is smooth, gray, and elastic, with a surprising softness to the touch. It lacks the deep furrows of oaks or the armored plates of pines. Yet it resists fire, insects, and rot. Even when damaged, the baobab heals not by sealing wounds with tough scars, but by growing around them, enveloping injury with new layers of living tissue. This quality has earned it a nickname among botanists, the resilient giant. It bends but does not break. And then there's its longevity. Some baobabs are believed to be more than 2,000 years old. Radiocarbon dating, the method used to determine the age of ancient materials, has been applied to these trees, revealing layered tissues that read like the rings of time. But baobabs don't have rings in the traditional sense. Their growth is irregular. Seasonal, yes, but also influenced by water availability, damage, and regeneration cycles. They are organic archives, absorbing the environment and mirroring back 1,000 silent stories. Their flowers bloom under cover of night, large and waxy, sweet-scented and pollinated not by bees but by bats. These nocturnal visitors flit between blossoms, transferring pollen in the moonlight. The pollination strategy is simple but efficient. Bats have excellent memory and return to the same trees, forming unseen threads of continuity across the savanna. Once fertilized, the baobab produces a fruit like no other. Hard-shelled, oblong, and filled with dry pulp and glossy black seed. The fruit hangs from thick stalks like nature's lanterns, maturing over many months. But the pulp, as dry and chalky as it appears, is loaded with nutrition: vitamin C, calcium, iron, potassium, and soluble fiber. The fruit is a paradox: bone-dry yet hydrating, ancient yet increasingly modern in its applications. It is this fruit that would, centuries later, spark interest across oceans. But long before the world took notice, the baobab had already become a cultural landmark. Communities throughout Africa have revered the tree not only for its shade or its fruit, but for its presence. In many places, it is the village center, the meeting place, the landmark by which direction is given. Spiritual ceremonies are held beneath its boughs. Ancestors are said to rest near its roots. In Senegal, griots, historians, used to tell stories beneath baobabs, their words echoing against the trunk like soft drums. In Zimbabwe, some trees are so wide they house small chapels, libraries, even post offices. Its ecological role is equally profound. The baobab provides shelter for insects, birds, and mammals. Hollow trunks, whether naturally formed or carved over centuries, serve as nests or watering holes. Its fallen leaves return nutrients to the soil. Its bark, when harvested carefully, regenerates, allowing humans to use its fibers for rope, mats, or baskets without endangering the tree. It is an ecosystem in itself, a biological village standing tall. From a botanical perspective, the baobab challenges neat categories. It is both tree and sponge, monument and memory. Its ability to survive long droughts, recover from fire, and regenerate after injury is not just impressive, it is instructive. Resilience in the baobab's world is not a matter of resistance, but of rhythm. And perhaps that is its most important lesson, that to thrive in a changing climate, to endure hardship, one must move with the seasons, not against them. The baobab listens to rain, bows to wind, and opens its arms only when the timing is right. Its power is not in domination, but in response. Standing beneath one of these trees, you do not feel small. You feel grounded. You feel the pull of continuity, of cycles that outlast war, weather, and worry. You feel something akin to peace. And yet, as eternal as the baobab may seem, recent years have raised quiet alarms. Some of the oldest and largest trees have begun to die suddenly, collapsing without clear cause. Researchers wonder, could climate change be the unseen hand? Are heat waves or shifting rainfall patterns weakening what once stood beyond reach? Could a tree that has survived millennia be undone by a few decades of disruption? The baobab does not answer. It continues to stand, to bloom, to feed, but it makes us look closer. And in looking closer, we find the seed, the origin of this living monument, a seed that begins its life wrapped not in certainty, but in time. A seed that will wait years, even decades, before the conditions are right to grow. But what is it like to be that seed, to lie beneath the dust, holding the memory of giants? To wait for fire, rain, or chance before beginning again? Let us now go underground, to where the baobab begins.